John laughs at me, of course, but one expects that in marriage. John is practical in the extreme.
None.
He has no patience with faith, an intense horror of superstition, and he scoffs openly at any talk of things not to be felt and seen and put down in figures.
None. I sometimes fancy that in my condition, if I had less opposition and more society and stimulus, but John says the very worst thing I can do is to think about my condition.
None. And I confess it always makes me feel bad.
Jane John, the wallpaper is a living thing, twisting and turning in a way that unsettles her. He insists on control, on rest, on the need to suppress her thoughts.
You must not write, my dear.
Jane, the wallpaper is more than a wall, it is a prison, and she is beginning to see the shape inside it. I'm afraid of what I'll...
None. He said that after the wallpaper was changed, it would be the heavy bedstead, and then the barred windows, and then that gate at the head of the stairs, and so on.
None.
You know the place is doing you good. None. This paper looks to me as if it knew what a vicious influence it had.
None. I used to lie awake as a child and get more entertainment and terror out of blank walls and plain furniture than most children could find in a toy store.
None. I never saw such ravages as the children have made here.
None. The wallpaper, as I said before, is torn off in spots, and it stick it closer than a brother. They must have had perseverance as well as hatred.
None. I lie here on this great immovable bed. It is nailed down, I believe, and follow that pattern about by the hour.
I know little of the principle of design, and I know this thing was not arranged on any laws of radiation or alternation or repetition or symmetry or anything else that I ever heard of. It is repeated.
Jane John's story feels the creeping presence of the wallpaper, her mind caught in the shifting patterns.
I wonder, I begin to think, I wish John would take me away from here.
John's story is concerned but dismissive of his wife's growing unease.
Easy, little girl. Don't go walking about like that.
John's story. My darling, I beg of you, for my sake and for our child's sake, as well as for your own, that you will never for one instant let that idea enter your mind.
The color is hideous enough, and unreliable enough, and infuriating enough, but the pattern is torture.
None. You think you have mastered it, but just as you get well underway in following, it turns a back somersault and there you are.
It is like a bad dream. The outside pattern is a florid arabesque, reminding one of a fungus.
None. I have discovered something at last. Through watching so much at night, when it changes so, I have finally found...
None. The front pattern does move, and no wonder. The woman behind shakes it. None.
I think that woman gets out in the daytime, and I'll tell you why. Privately, I've seen...
None.
It is the same woman, I know, for she is always creeping, and most women do not creep by daylight.
None. I see her on that long shaded lane, creeping up and down. I see her in those dark grape arbors, creeping all around the garden.
None. I don't blame her a bit. It must be very humiliating to be caught creeping by daylight.
None.
I've got out at last.
None. In spite of you and Jane. None.
Now, why should that man have faith?